Hello and welcome to the Sports Inner YouTube channel. So today I want to get into a bit of a analysis on the Man United versus Tottenham game. So we've all seen the result. Man United got, I want to say, demolished. They got very humbled at home at Old Trafford in their own backyard, 3-0 yet again this season. I think that's the second time now they've been beaten at home. 3-0, obviously, my team Liverpool and now Spurs. And I'd have to say it was a woeful performance. And before we get into the video, this is not me as a Liverpool fan taking the piss out of Man United. This is just me purely dissecting the performance and just looking at some of just the really bad play. Really, the stats are so alarming, and I want to, without further ado, get straight into them now. So I'll put up on the screen here some stats of the 90 minutes yesterday, and straight away, look at the XG compared to Spurs. So Man United XG is 0.96. They're not even expected to make one goal. That's one goal. You know, this is Man United at home at Old Trafford. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong, Spurs are a good side, but are they that much better than Man United? You know, I'm not too sure. I'd say they're on a par, you know, probably fighting for that 5th, 6th, 7th spot. I know some Spurs fans will say we're pushing for top 4, but I think both teams will probably finish in similar positions or very close to each other come the end of the season. But yeah, that XG straight away, Man United not even expected to get one goal at home, and you compare that with Spurs' XG, that's 4.59. It's over 4.5 goals expected over the course of 90 minutes. And really, you'd have to say, for anyone who watched the game, Spurs should and probably will be disappointed that they didn't have a bigger lead by half time. You know, in that first half, especially probably in the first, I'd say between 15 and 25 minutes, Spurs were all over United, all over them, and they should have scored more. They should have been well up by half time. I'd say by at least 2 or 3 goals by half time, easily. And just with that, you look at the shot comparison. So Man United, 2 shots on target, and if my memory serves me rightly, one of those shots that was one of the attempts that was registered as a shot, which I don't think it was. I think it was I'm going to call it an intercept. Lisandro Martinez basically stepped out of the back line and kind of hammered the ball forward, and it ended up going on target. I don't think it was a shot. I think it was just more a clearance, really, and it's registered on the stats as a shot. I think the only other shot that came to mind as well was the Xerxes chance in the first half that United had, which he was stretching for it, and he maybe could have done better, but he did well to get it towards the corner. It was actually quite a decent save by the Spurs keeper. But yeah, not good for Man United. And another stat which is pretty alarming for, I'm going to say Man U fans, but probably anyone that associated Man United, is the amount of shots that they're conceding. Never mind the shots that they are not getting on their opposition goals. The amount of shots that they are conceding. 24 shots Tottenham had, and over a third of these were big chances. So as you can see there, 9 big chances created by Spurs. So over a third of the Spurs attempts was big chances that, you know, potentially should have led to more than what they did. So this kind of magnifies what I was saying a little bit earlier about how Spurs probably should have scored more than 3 goals, really. You know, there might be, listen, you scored 3 goals away at Old Trafford, you're not going to be disappointed, but they could have really done a job on Man United. And the possession as well. So I want to look at the possession percentages. 39% Man United over the course of 90 minutes, and they're supposed to be the home team. And look, before any Man United fans start getting in the comments or start saying, "Oh, we only had 10 men, rah, rah, rah," you actually had more possession in the second half than what you did in the first half. I believe the second half percentage was at 42 and your first half was at 37. So you actually had more possession when you had less men on the field than what you did with a full team out there. And look, we all know the situation that's going on at Man United in terms of should they or should they not keep the manager. And look, from a biased Liverpool fan point of view, keep the guy in a job, because I think it's evident to say that he is not the guy to take Man United forward, Erik ten Hag. And look, I'm not into getting managers sacked. That's definitely not, I'd never jump on bandwagons like that. But you can quite clearly see, and I think Gary Neville alluded to it in his commentary. He was saying that you just don't know what their plan is. They don't press. They don't sit back. They're just nothing. They just look like a group of players that have been cherry-picked off the street and said, all right, lads, do you fancy a game of footy today? Sound, stick this shirt on, go out and play 90 minutes. It's just absolutely terrible. There's no leaders on the pitch. De Ligt, who they've bought, I'm sorry, but the jury's out on him for me. There's a reason why he's left Ajax, he's left Juve, and Bayern Munich have let him go as well. There's a reason for this. And from what I've seen so far, I know he popped up with a goal a couple of games ago, but the guy just doesn't look prolific to me. He's got this this reputation of being a prolific, high-class European centre-half. Oh, I'm sorry, but it remains to be seen to me that is the case. Another one which stands out is Marcus Rashford. Now, there's quite clearly something going on behind closed doors, and whether it's football related with a manager, whether it's just him in his personal life, but that lad needs taking out of the firing line at Man United, because he just doesn't look like he can kick a football. He looks like he's a stranger to a football. And I feel sorry for him, to be fair, and he just looks lost on the football field at the moment. And I think the best thing that Man United can do is just say to him, take some time away. And look, I know he's on 350 grand a week, and they're probably saying he's one of our biggest assets, but is he? Everyone keeps saying that, 2 seasons ago he scored 30 plus goals. How long are you going to live on that for? As a Liverpool fan, we always used to get criticised for saying, we won 18 league titles. Well, yeah, but how many years ago was it? It took us 30 years to be able to win another league title. There comes a point where you have to stop living in the past and saying, well, we did this then. The guy at the moment has no confidence. It's absolute zero. And someone, whether it's his family, it's his friends, it's a club, or whether it's a collection of all of those people around him, they need to get together and they need to help that lad, because at the moment he doesn't look like a footballer. He doesn't even look like he could play, and this is no disrespect to teams in the Championship, he doesn't even look like he could play in the Championship at the moment. He's terrible. He's absolutely terrible, and he shouldn't be in that team. He shouldn't, they're moving Garnacho over to the right-hand side just to accommodate keeping him in the team, and I'm like, I'm sorry, but he is not cutting the mustard right now. So that guy needs leaving out. And I don't know whether Ten Hag's been told, well, he's one of our biggest assets, he's one of our biggest, shirt sellers, he's the biggest wage earner, so therefore he has to play. If he's fit, he goes in the team. I've no idea. Only the Man United dressing room and the hierarchy will know that. But one thing I do want to say before I finish this video is it's quite funny actually, because if Ineos wasn't in charge now, I know full well that there'd been Man United fans screaming from the rooftops, get the Glazers out, get the Glazers out, this is all the Glazers' fault, rah, 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 we've all had it with the bloody, all the yellow and green scarves would be out waving and everything like that. But because they've had this takeover of Ineos, it's like, we're not allowed to voice, or we're not going to voice his opinion too late. Look, I know that it's early days for Ineos, but the team look like they're going backwards to me. And, I heard an article the other day on TalkSport saying that Ole Solskjaer apparently would say he'd jump at the chance of coming back to Man United. Well, do you know what, Man United fans? I reckon he would be doing or would have done a better job than Erik ten Hag has over his tenure so far. And on that bombshell, I'm going to leave it there. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Hit that thumbs up button if you like the video, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you later.